well from last week. We'll remember little Felix just wasn't playing the game, and he wouldn't go out, and sort of got left behind. Well, we managed to get Poppy back within him, but as you can see, he's full of fun, very boisterous, jumping around, playing in the leaves and the trees, not really very interested in Mom. So he's making things not just difficult for himself, but very difficult for us as well. Unfortunately, this is a thing when they get to that age, just beyond 3 months, because they want to play. So we know these kind of things that were going to happen. We can sort of predict them. We just don't know how boisterous the little guy is going to be in the end. Some of them do get a little bit more attached to moms, but in the case of Felix, he wants to just be around and play. He doesn't want to be held the whole time. He doesn't want to be attached to Mom. He will go to her for comfort or if he's scared, but he wants to explore the world, and that's what Felix is basically doing. The biggest problem, of course, with everything he has is not attaching himself to the foster mom, and that poses big problems. Otherwise we're going to have the same situation as last time when we tried to let him out, that he's not holding on nicely, and when she goes out, of course, he doesn't go with her, and then he thinks it's a big joke to stay behind in the cage and sort of jump up and down. But at the moment, yes, he is being just like a naughty little child who doesn't want to listen to Mom, and is jumping all over the place, doesn't want to settle down. It's like he's got so much energy, one just doesn't know what to do with him. I suppose we shouldn't complain too much. He is eating his natural food. This is from a sicklebush tree. Some of you have been watching a longer period of time will know that. That's that sort of thorn tree. It's an acacia tree that gets those pink and yellowish little bell-like flowers on it. And these are the seed pods that it actually forms. And the monkeys really love them, right from it being from its green stage to this dark brown stage where they bite and take the little seeds out of the shells. Yeah, you can see they've got the green sickle bush, or when it's still green and not dry yet, and also so it's a lot more crunchy. Just the seeds are a lot harder to find and a lot softer. So it's hard to tell which ones they actually like the best, as they do enjoy eating both.
So this morning, I do believe we have something going on at Robert. Let's see if I can find a Regina. Good morning. Well, what's going on?
The little one is super interesting going in and out.
Yeah, so we're trapping Ariane, the adult male, as he's just lost a bit of condition and weight, so just going to bring him into sick bay so we can give him some injections, just immune support and deworming. Take a fecal sample, all that kind of stuff. Well, he's not super interested.
No, and the little one managed to bring some apples out, so he ate the pieces of apple outside.
Yeah.
He's looking more and more interested, but
Okay.
he didn't go out of the cage.
Yeah.
Just from the side.
So the little one, Arav, no worries for him, he's jumping in and out, stealing all the trap food. But of course, Rahina's going to wait for Ariane to go in. Alright, good luck.
We're going to take Ariane to sick bay because we want to check how is he doing. He was losing a little bit of weight, so we're gonna make sure that he's completely okay. Ariane is living with the rest of the family, with Amaya and Arab. Finally, Maud, our integration intern, managed to put Ariane inside of the grass cage after being luring him with some food. And Lucas is gonna help us now to move Arian to sick bay. He's making sure that the grass cage is completely closed, that he's not gonna escape, and that he's gonna be completely safe while we are moving him. These grass cages are really heavy. That's why we use these new trolleys that we got a few months ago, that they are super helpful because otherwise it's extremely heavy. We need to make sure that the Amaya and Arab doesn't escape of the intra cage while we are moving him. That's why we're gonna put this grass cage in vertical to be able to close the other door of the airlock and make sure that it's gonna be completely okay. Now that the second door of the airlock is completely closed and is completely safe, that Amaya and Aryan and Arab, are not gonna escape. Now we can open the other door and take Aryan out.
If you remember, came in with his family. He was basically used for breeding, and then the little one's taken away and sold. So we're just going to see if something wrong with his condition, and we just want to see what's wrong with him.
Mo, can you open the second door, please?
He's basically been losing a little bit of weight, which we're not happy with. So we're just going to give him a check over, get him a lot more food to eat, just fatten him up a little bit and just check that everything's okay, and then of course he'll be going back with his family again.
Now we are inside of sick bay. Depending on the health status of the monkeys, we put them on the right or in the left. Mark, our primate leader rehabilitation, and Jaya, our sick bay staff, are receiving Aryan.
Thanks. Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you.
So, yeah, there was one the injection side on the outside. Yes, correct.
So now Aryan is on sick bay. Jaya is gonna put him water and give him everything that he needs, and we will reassess his health.
Felix with Poppy, still doing good.
Well, Poppy's back with little Felix, and we're going to try get him to go out with her this time. It is proving difficult because, as I've mentioned earlier and in the previous video, that he's not clinging on as much. You can see he's very much more independent, enjoying running around. It's like you've escaped from your mom and you just don't want to go back to her. And so even though she comes and tries and everything like this and grooms him, he's not always interested. So there'll be certain days next to when he's getting tired or something like this, he wants to be with mom, but just as a naughty little child, he wants to go out there and explore and do things his own way, doesn't want to listen to mom, and totally misbehaving himself. So it's really going to be a little bit of a challenge this time, just to see if we can get him to cling on to mom at the right time, basically to go out of the enclosure. Fortunately, this time around, we're a little bit luckier, as we don't have most of the troop hanging around outside the door as we did with last time. The interest seems to have diminished a bit. They're all hanging around with the other new little one that's out there, and worried more about him rather than Felix. So it just makes things a lot easier.
Close the door a bit more?
Yeah, staff point that can do it, yeah. But thank you.
Doesn't mean they don't come and check and just show us that they're still around. While everyone's at the ready, Helen's keeping everyone occupied there in the background. It's just up to little Felix now. We can see just in the edge there. Fortunately, I don't have anyone spare with the camera that can peep, but that looks like Poppy trying to open the door, but of course she doesn't have Felix attached to her. So it's just a load of patience at the moment. She's eager to get back out to the others, but of course, as you can imagine, little Felix is still running around like a little bit of a mad thing. We hope he's going to clamp onto mom very shortly, so he can come out and meet the rest of the troop. Another monkey comes into the picture saying, "Hey, come on, move your rear end, let's get out of here." They're all, I think, getting impatient. Say, "Listen, Felix, come on, buddy, we can't wait for you to join us."
You know, he said he would be awesome fight for us. So, how many hours are you saying?
Betting. How many hours do you bet?
I say 2, so at 1 p.m.
Got him.
Ready?
Yeah.
Finally, and that's it. No big fanfare. Pops out as if nothing's happened, and wondering what all the big fuss and commotion was about. Poppy out there with little Felix, everyone coming around to see what's going on, and just find out what was going on. Unfortunately, we haven't got videos a little bit later on in the day. Little Felix did take a little bit of a bite, and we unfortunately had to bring him back into the enclosure just to make sure he is okay and things are going well with him. This year certainly going extremely fast, and we still need all the help that we can get. It's a big challenge to collect this amount of finances, but I know we can do it with your help, with spreading the word, getting other people involved. Anyone you think might be interested, let them know about us, share the link. Let's get more people involved as soon as we can. Thank you. Well, Little Boogie doesn't really need much introduction, but for those of you, if you just remember a couple of episodes ago, he wasn't doing very, very well. We actually pulled him in just to start treating him. He was losing a lot of weight.
Boogie with his plate of veggies, eating some nice carrot. Boogie in Disneyland eating some fresh grass. Boogie enjoying sickle bush.
So if you remember, he had peritonitis, so we've had to watch his diet and be careful what he's eating, but you can see he's put on weight and looking better. Just have a look at his left side pouch there. You can see he's collecting all the little seeds in the one side. We sometimes get people thinking they got something like mumps or something wrong with them, because they fill these little pouches up as much as they can, and that's where they actually store their food, and then of course they can eat it a little bit later when they've got more time. That little stomach also doesn't go unnoticed, but yeah, he still has a very, very slight bloating problem, but he is doing a lot better, and he's putting on a lot of weight with all this amazing eating he's doing. Well, one needs a little bit of exercise after chomping all of that food around, and of course little Boogie just running around the enclosure, climbing up and down, just having a look how things are going. So you can see he's doing a lot better, a lot happier little monkey, and it's going to be great to get him back out there to his foster mom. See if she still recognizes him, of course, because it has been quite a while, but I'm sure it's going to be something special for him and for her.
Felix is back in Disneyland with Boogie. There is someone somewhere there behind. So Felix's integration is being special. Felix is very humanized, and he has had some problems with the integrations. So we decided that it would be better for him to be integrated with Boogie both at the same time. This will probably help Felix to be more confident with other monkeys. And Booger has been in Disneyland for a while now in human care due to his health condition. He's got peritonitis, what means he has digestive problems, and he has been needing special care and special meds to recover. And now that he's feeling much better, we think it's the right moment for him to meet his foster mom again. So they will both go in the intro cage. Now they are disinfecting the intro cage, cleaning it deeply. So let's see how Boogie reacts to this new environment with some soil, some branches. And if everything goes good, they will both meet moms again. And soon rejoin Gizmo Troop, where Helen is.
Maud is right now in Disneyland, and she's with Felix and Boogie, and she's holding a hot water bottle that we just bring here. And how you all can see, Felix and Boogie really love the hot water, that they didn't even wait to sit down on the floor, that they are literally being moved on top of the hot water bottle. It's getting quite chilly in winter, so they are quite enjoying it.
It's all on the floor. I just hung it up. Really annoying. So rude. Yeah. Rude. Oh my god, they're all on it. Yeah, and look, it's all black.
No, that's really cute, but also really annoying.
And the folded ones up there, I bet you they're going to sit on it and chew on it.
I love the way they sit though.
It's so cute. Look at that one, looking, oh, he left. He was looking through the folded ones.
Oh. He's like, what is in here?
Oh, just see it.
I know, it's like, oh, no. Oh, I love that. Who are you? It's like, don't worry.
Monkey.
No one. I'm going to do any more than tonight. Yeah. But you know, I think I can take some of it. I don't know where the one is from.
So the boys are still running wild around the intro cage and they've attracted an audience. Pretty much everyone has come to say hi, including Boogie's mum and Felix's mum. There's last year's orphan Josh. More just giving Boogie his GI sustain. So even though we're now in the intro cage, the Boogie's care still continues, so he's still going to get a lot of meds to support his digestive system. So Maud is just giving him his GI sustain, which as you can see he's taking really well. Felix is a little bit obsessed with GI sustain, so he will try and steal the rest of that. This is so this is Boogie's mum. She's come to say hi. There's your baby, Bubbas. So we're just in the Gizmo intro cage and Felix is taking time to relax. He looks very relaxed at the moment, don't you, Felix? It's not often you see monkeys sat like this, but this is Felix we're talking about. It's nice to see him taking a break for once. Taking a break he is.
Here we have Boogie and Felix having breakfast. They're enjoying life. What are you doing there, Felix?
Well, as you can see, little Felix is certainly good at entertaining himself and of course us in the process. But you can just see on that little face, this guy is so full of mischief. I'm not too sure how this integration is going to go. Him and Boogie are certainly making the pair at the moment. The mums are going to have a rough time, and we're going to have to be careful about letting these little guys out while mating season is in the full swing, because I can just see them getting themselves into trouble.
Felix! And Boogie!
Helen came to visit Boogie and Felix in the intro cage.
So these are the sunflower seeds for Boogie, which Felix is eating more than Boogie. They're a good source of protein, which is really good for Boogie to put on weight and catch up, but also for repair, which is what his insides need. Felix is loving them. Felix is loving whatever Boogie has, essentially. Loving the extras. Boogie is less than impressed with the sunflower seeds, aren't you, Bugs?
Felix has got one of those nice sickle bush pods which they love, and he's busy chewing on that while he's having a look at the scenery around outside and what's going on with all the other monkeys around the foundation.
These two can literally play all day long. Best friends. Let's hope they remember their mums and not just play with each other.
Well, this is like having our own little wrestling match here with Felix and Boogie, trying to see who can pin the other one down. This, of course, is very important behavior for these little ones, testing their strength out on each other. And, of course, the fighting behavior is also very necessary for as they grow older and dominance comes in the way. It is just amazing how much strength these little guys have got, and you know, how they can get out of difficult situations. You can see there's looks like Felix jumping to the one side. Boogie's the one there with his little eyes closed. Almost looked like Felix had thrown some sand in his eyes to distract him, and now dives in to like pin him down. But of course the pinning down doesn't work. He flips himself onto the back, and of course Boogie gets an advantage, and he's basically pinning Felix down on the ground. So just like a little rugby, wrestling match that we'd go out and watch, basically the same here, and everyone cheering on their little favorite. But of course these two are just having a fun time and really testing out each other's strength at the moment. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Felix and Boogie. There was some really great moments and just some nice time to spend just watching them and see how they behave. Next week we'll see them meeting their moms or reuniting with their foster moms, which should also be just as exciting. So thank you everybody for sharing, for promoting, those contributing. We do really need more people watching and pushing the videos. Please, contributions are really needed at the moment. It's a very, very quiet 2 months. If you can help anywhere along the line, we would appreciate it. Otherwise, thanks for watching the ads. Thanks for getting to people to watch us. See you next week.